Easiest and some of the hardest seeds to harvest.
You want it to be ripe, and then the seed is viable.
Whoa!
And it could even be show and smell.
What's the delayed gratification level that you're looking for?
I like the Sour Patch Kids of the vegetable world.
Sponsored by Pesto Basil? Are you paid to say this?
This message brought to you by Pesto Basil.
The Helpful Gardeners, the podcast that digs into the buzziest plant trends and news you need to know, regardless of your growing zone. Colin is a skilled horticulturist with decades of growing experience across Canada. Brandi is the greenest of green thumbs with a love of asking questions. Welcome to our garden nook.
Colin, what have you brought today?
So
It's like show and tell.
it is. It is. Oh, and it could even be show and smell. Like, I mean, it's not bad. I should probably say what I brought before we go. I brought cuca-melons. That's what we can smell. Cuca-melons.
Does it actually smell good?
It smells like nothing, actually. I'm very disappointed now.
Yeah, what is that? That's like nothing at all.
So, I've always wanted...
my
cuca-melons, they should be cuta-melons. Like, come on, they're adorable.
Cutie melons? Yeah. Wow.
So,
okay.
I've always wanted to grow them.
Well, how long have you known them?
Oh.
Like, I thought they were a new thing.
No, I had them exactly once, 5-6 years ago.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so relatively new, but not that new.
Yeah. We went to Vancouver Island.
Okay.
And right next to Bright Angel Provincial Park, which nobody has heard of, which is a beautiful hidden gem. And the people were like, they were like homesteaders.
Yeah.
So they had chickens. Like one time Jenny shouted for me. She was laughing her ass off. And I walk into the house and in the bedroom, there's a chicken walking around. And Jenny's like killing herself laughing. Anyway, the wonderful, wonderful people we stayed with. And the day we were leaving, the woman came up and she was like, hey, we just harvested our cuca-melons. So we give you some for a snack on the road. And I'd heard of them only, and I saw them, and I was like, oh, it's like a baby watermelon.
I was going to say, why isn't watermelon in the name?
Yeah. Well,
maybe that's what it is, watermelon.
That's where the melon comes from, the cuca-melon.
Never mind.
Cuca-watermelon.
Watermelon.
But that was it. That was all I'd been told.
I thought they were going to be bigger, to be honest with you.
No, they're just little. And now here's the best part.
Yeah.
So she gave them to us. I'd heard about them only. Popped one in my mouth. All I'm going to say, because I know you've never had one, it was not what I was expecting.
Yeah. Okay. What am I expecting is the real question. I'm expecting a grape. So
okay.
I'm expecting, because that's just what they look like. Like,
I could see that. Yeah.
I'm expecting a burst of flavor. Very watery, kind of like a watermelon, kind of like a cucumber, because cucumbers are kind of watery too.
Yeah, exactly. Like cucumbers and watermelon, I feel like are very, like the texture-wise.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm expecting something tart.
Oh.
You think? Okay.
Oh.
Okay. No. Now I'm like trying to read your face. I'm like, where am I on the right trail? Maybe I should just eat one.
Yeah, I think you should.
Okay.
I'm not going to.
Here's the thing though. Do you recommend eating a smaller one or a bigger one to start? A bigger one to start. Just eat it like you would a grape?
Yeah, so Harry had them. He'd had them when we were in Victoria, and he came over last night.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh my God, you got the cuca-melons. And I was like, yeah. And he was scarfing them straight out of the bowl.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just pop the whole thing in and give it a crunch.
Are you sure? What if I only want to take half? I want to see the cross section.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay. Whoa! Oh my gosh! That is so weird.
They're like the Sour Patch Kids of the vegetable world.
You know what? Valid. They're very sour. Very sour. I think what's interesting is like I can see the cucumber bit. Like
there's a cucumber taste.
Yeah, it's kind of like an aftertaste. And then looking at the cross section of it, you've got all these different like segments in it, sort of like a cucumber would.
Yep.
But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I don't know where melon comes from.
I'm guessing the skin. My brain told me the first time I saw them and they were cuca-melon. I didn't really think too much. I'm like, cucumber, watermelon, kind of the same.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to be like a mini melon.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to be like a grape, but like a watermelon kind of thing. And same thing. I popped one in and I was like, because it's got like the savory bite of a cucumber.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's got a sweetness.
Yeah.
There's definitely a sugar content.
Yeah.
But then you get hit with the sour.
You know, I wonder what this would taste like in like an infused water. Do you know what I mean? So you take like the slices and then you stick it in water, and I wonder if that would taste, because you usually do that with like cucumber and that kind of thing.
Cucumber lemon is a very common one.
That almost tastes like a combination of cucumber and lemon, hey?
Oh my God, I wouldn't know. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. But I think what surprised me the most was the hard skin, like the thick wall on it.
Yep.
Which, I mean, I should have known just by like touching it. It doesn't really cave in too much.
No.
But it is
you're not
very...
expecting it to be that strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's thicker than a cucumber.
Yeah.
Again, I think the skin, because if you think about it, you wouldn't bite into a watermelon.
Yeah.
So I think the skin is where the melon comes from. The cuca, the texture, and the look inside.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't include Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah. Well, that's cuca delicious.
Yeah, cucamelon.
like that.
Cucamelon Kids.
So, okay, so here's a question. So obviously you're supposed to harvest these before the plant goes to flower, right? Because the purpose is, well, I guess like the fruit is the flower.
Yeah, exactly. So they put out a very small yellow flower.
Okay.
And then right behind it, they start developing. And so I'll just give you a tiny backstory. We planted them and they flowered and they weren't developing. And I was like, what am I doing wrong? So they had the right soil, the right location. That part I did know. So I changed up the fertilizer, increased the water because my cucumber was producing right away.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, it's getting the same kind of water. So what am I doing? So I upped the water even more. The end game of the season. So when it started getting a bit cooler, oh my God, they were popping up everywhere.
Is that just because they know what's coming?
I think so. And I don't know. I don't know if it was too hot, too bright. I don't really know because I'd never grown them before.
Yeah.
But sure enough, beginning of September, that's when we started seeing them form, and then they started popping out. We harvested a couple of times, a couple of small harvests, nothing really much. And then end of season, we took out a bowl about that big. Like a large dessert bowl.
Yeah, and it's a vine, right?
It is, and I actually Googled it. They can't be a perennial, not in our climate. They cannot take any kind of frost whatsoever. Yeah, really interesting veggie.
Yeah, so on a scale of like 1 to 10, or maybe beginner to intermediate, or expert, I guess, what would you say this would be to grow?
I wouldn't grow it as a rookie. Like I said, I had to pivot. I think if I'd stayed with the fertilizer I was using, I don't know, would have got the same results.
Okay.
So I pivoted mid-season. I would say if you could grow watermelon, pumpkins, cucumbers, you're probably pretty okay with these.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people have difficulty with those veggies.
Yeah.
I had difficulty with pumpkins.
Yeah.
And it's funny, our friends, we talk about them a lot because they're avid gardeners and awesome people. Peter and Bree.
Yeah.
They grow pumpkins every year. Bree was over the moon because she got her first cucumber ever, and she's been growing them for 4 years.
Oh, see, and that's the thing. Some people can grow cucumbers really easy. So
mine don't stop.
Yeah.
And that's why we need a diverse group, because to me, cucumber is like rookie vegetable.
Yeah.
Apparently it is not.
Interesting. Well, if you've grown cucamelons, let us know in the comment section below. We'd love to hear about it. Or if like you've tried something new in the garden that you were really proud of, that maybe you weren't sure if they were going to be successful or not. Would love to hear it. We got a great question in from Katie, who says, I grew some new plants this year in my garden, like the pink bumblebee tomato, dill, and impatiens.
Okay.
Love impatiens. I read online that you can save seeds for next year. I've never done it before and don't want to mess up. I thought I'd reach out to you. Love the podcast. Thanks in advance.
No, I'll be honest. I've never gathered flower seeds.
Okay.
We've talked at length on this on a few different podcasts about when you're growing from seed in the beginning, how much is doable? What are you looking for? to me, an impatient is an impatient. Okay, I can just come and buy them next year. But if I found a really, really cool tomato, no guarantee that it's going to be back next year, or the seeds were hard to get, I would save that.
Yeah, okay.
Right? And that being said, there is absolutely nothing wrong with gathering the flower seeds. It's where do you prioritize?
Yes.
So the problem is all the seeds are different. Okay, so
Yeah, like she literally gave you a vegetable, a herb, and a flower.
Yep. So
Like literally all like 3 different
and
applications.
do you know what's funny?
What?
This year, Jenny and I did dill.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Yeah. So we didn't do the other 2, but we did dill this year. So, and we didn't do it intentionally. We grew dill with the purpose of using dill. And it got annihilated in the spring rain and hail.
Bummer.
And we were like, let it go. Like, let's see what it does.
Yeah.
On that, I want to touch on something really quick. Slight digression. So in the same pot, I planted dill and 2 basil plants. Okay, regular Italian basil and a new one I'd never seen before called pesto basil.
Cool.
The dill and the Italian basil got annihilated in hail. The pesto basil I just harvested a week ago, and Jenny is currently drying it.
How did that happen?
I have no idea. I have no idea what the hell they did to this basil that it can tolerate bad weather.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, I'll grow basil again. Why not? I'll try it. And I put it in, and it did exactly what I thought it was going to do. The other one didn't, and it smells so good. Like the other night, I made a tomato. So I chopped up all my tomatoes, rough chopped them, threw them in a frying pan, and then with some olive oil and some salt and pepper. And then I threw in all the basil, and then I threw in some kale from the garden, mixed it all up, and just had that on pasta. Forget about it.
So it's pesto basil.
Yeah, pesto basil. I've grown it exactly once and it held up. I may have gotten lucky. I don't know. I am certainly not saying
Are you sponsored by Pesto Basil? Are you paid to say this?
This message brought to you by Pesto Basil. But anyway, I had to share that because they were in the same pot. But the dill got annihilated. We let it go. Put out a really cool flower. I've never seen a dill flower in person.
No.
So
I've seen one at the farm.
Yeah.
And they're really quite pretty.
Yeah, very tall and willowy. They look so fragile, but they stand up so well.
They look like something from under the sea or something. It's very
I can
wispy.
see that. But the great thing about dill, very easy seed to gather because it comes out of the seed pod dry. So when I took, my seeds, it was a yellow flower. The flower went back, seed pod went green. Then the seed pod went brown and split. And just tapped it on my hand, and my hand filled with seeds.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so you don't have to wait. So for dill specifically, you need to wait until it flowers, and then it will get to a point where you can...
So the number one thing on gathering any seed, you have to make sure the seed is fully formed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so... In nature, if you look at a seed pod, and you see this a lot, poppies are a great example. Impatiens, another great example. So, have you ever seen an impatient seed pod?
No.
So they look almost like a football, miniature football with lines on them. And you gently squeeze them and let them go, and they pop and they fire the seed everywhere. So if it is not ready to do that, then the seed isn't viable. Because the plant, once that seed is mature enough, the seed pod splits to drop the seed. So the plant knows when the seed is viable to go. So you have to be really careful on your timing.
That is difficult,
Yeah.
okay?
Now, the flip side is on veggies, you're great because once your tomato is ripe to pick, then the seed is ripe.
So you do have to wait till it's ripe.
Yeah.
Because same kind of thing, if you do it prematurely, then...
Yeah. If you pick if you're growing a beefsteak and you pick a green tomato this big, I'm not going to say it's 100% the seeds aren't viable. It is unlikely.
Yeah.
The purpose of the tomato isn't for us to make delicious sauces. It's to protect the seeds. Then when it falls, it turns into a mulch and a food. What's in a tomato? A ton of pulp and a ton of juice. So it waters the seed and feeds the seed, same as an apple, same as an orange. And then the seed grows from that. That is the purpose behind it. We just enjoy eating them.
Yeah.
So you want it to be ripe, and then the seed is viable.
Okay, so then, but if you say you grew like a bumblebee tomato, and you take the seeds out, what do you do with them to keep them for next year?
Yeah, so you have to dry them.
Oh, okay,
You have to separate them and dry them. If you're going to grow them immediately for... dill, well, that comes out dry. But okay, say you have a grow tent or a grow area and you love having tomatoes year-round, fresh tomatoes. You can take that seed and plant it immediately. Okay, not a problem, it'll grow. But if you store it wet, it's going to either sprout because it's got,
moisture.
Yeah, exactly. Your house is probably warm.
Yes.
So you have and then you put it somewhere dark. It's like, oh, wicked.
I have everything I need.
Exactly.
This is a great Airbnb.
It's going to sprout and then it's just going to die, or it's going to rot.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't sprout, but now it's got moisture sitting there and it's just going to break down.
Okay.
Clean it, get all of the pulp and everything else that you can off it, and let it dry. You don't want it to over dry. You don't want to put it in a dehydrator or in the oven or put it in the sun. Small baking sheet, a plate, some blotting paper, something like that underneath it. Set them on that. Just let them dry naturally, and then put them in a little brown paper envelope.
Oh, cool. Okay,
Yep.
so relatively easy then.
But anything that comes out dry
Yes.
Is fine. But impatient seeds don't come out dry. So the pod,
they don't?
No, the pod is damp. They stick to your hand. So we used to gather them, and we'd get as many as you could without setting them off in a handful, and then you'd whip them at your friend. And it doesn't hurt, but it's like, bing, bing, bing. And they all, so the pod is like that, and when it opens, it curls up on itself.
Yeah.
But the seeds are damp.
Yeah.
So you don't want any pod, you don't want any pulp or material on them, and you want them dry. 99.9% chance that seed is going to be totally fine for next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So actually, can we talk about that for a second? How long will these seeds last? I mean, obviously in the right conditions,
Yeah.
so cool, dry location as always, but...
Every seed is different.
Okay.
That's why a lot of the seed companies now are putting dates on them, 3 to 5 years.
Oh, wow. That's more than I thought
Yeah.
it was. I thought I was going for like 1 to 2.
No, best thing, you can't really tell. So what I always recommend is you want to start your tomatoes, you're planning on starting them in March, okay?
Yeah.
You want to make sure they're big enough, you don't want them too big in the house. Stick one in the soil in January.
Yeah.
Okay, stick 2. You've got 50 and you're only going to plan on growing 8 tomatoes. Do a couple. The bigger the spread, the better your average. Because you could put 1 in. Maybe that 1 isn't viable and then you throw the rest away.
That's actually a really good point. When Nick came to talk about these, and he was mentioning how he had harvested these, sorry, for our listeners, red kidney beans.
Yep.
These were harvested for like 7 years from his farm. And that's what's cool about harvesting seeds is that then you get like this heirloom.
Exactly. And that basil I was talking about. Now, maybe that was a fluke that basil was able to stand up to those adverse conditions. That would have been a prime candidate to gather seeds from. Because I'm like, oh, well, the seeds should do good next year.
Yeah.
Instead, we didn't. We ate it all. Because it was delicious.
That's a tough choice to make, though. Hey,
Yeah.
you're like, wow, this plant's doing so good. I will not enjoy it.
Yeah, but Nick said he did that.
Yeah.
For the first year, he grew them.
Yeah.
A small percentage, and instead of eating them, he saved them and grew them. And then every year he kept selecting the ones that performed the best, and instead of eating them, kept growing them till he got ones that are guaranteed to grow.
Yeah.
And he gets full harvest. So what's your investment goal?
What's the delayed gratification level that you're looking for?
I ate I did. Oh my God, it was so good.
Yeah. Before we wrap up, let's talk about some of the easiest and some of the hardest seeds to harvest. Because yes, we've got like the nice, like, you know, the how-to and everything, but maybe you're like looking for some just beginner friendly and you're like, I'm only going to do 1 or 2 plants this year because I'm not going to like stimulate myself. Peas and beans, easy.
Yep.
Tomatoes and peppers, easy as long as you dry them out.
Yep. I would see, and I wouldn't say tomatoes are easy. I would say tomatoes are in the middle.
Oh, we'll be in there. Okay.
They're not hard, but they require a bit more work.
Hardest ones to harvest would be like your carrots,
Yep.
onions,
Any of the roots. Yep. I don't want to go too deep on this, but there is also that process of stratification with your seeds. So there are certain seeds, apple.
Okay.
Is a great example. Take an apple.
Yeah.
Okay. Cut it open. A lot of times the seeds will just fall out, right? You cut it down the middle. Relatively easy to dry. They're normally pretty clean. You probably won't be able to grow that next year unless you freeze it. Technically, we'll drop its fruit in the autumn. Well, it's not going to grow then. So it turns to mush. The apple insulates it. It freezes, and then it grows the next year. It needs that period of freeze.
The same with garlic, for example.
So you have to look at certain plants and understand, because I had somebody ask me that a few years ago at the Home and Garden show. What were they trying? They were trying to grow echinacea.
Yeah.
I think we all know what echinacea looks like. And then that cone is where all the seeds are.
Yeah.
Well, you cut them, very hard stem, and I would just take my hand and I would hit the stem and all the seeds would come out the cone.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to say what I did is the only answer. Come with me back to the booth.
Yeah.
And we went and we spoke to Andrea. And Andrea is like, no, and technically they don't even need stratification. You can take echinacea, you can bring it indoors. You should be able to start it indoors.
Yeah, I guess that's something we didn't even touch on was perennials, right? Because that is sort of the same thing. Perennials, they go to sleep, they have the winter time to do the energy, and then they come back up in the spring.
But some of them, your spring bloomers probably don't want the stratification because they're dropping like your bleeding hearts, for example, columbines. Yeah. They're dropping their seeds immediately. Mm-hmm. So, there's a lot more to it. But if we focus just on our annuals, on our herbs and veggies, which are the biggest... out of all of the seeds we sell, 5% of them are probably perennials. Okay. The vast majority are our veggies, followed by flowers. Yeah. It's not that hard. Give it a try. Yeah. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Well, Katie, I hope this gives you a little bit of a boost, and let us know how it goes. Maybe send us a picture on what you are harvesting and we can share it with the audience.
And bring us some dill next year. Because mine did not do good.
Yeah, so that we can show and smell.
Yeah, sure.
This podcast is brought to you by Golden Acre Home and Garden. Find seasonal inspiration for your home and garden in Calgary, Alberta year-round. Visit goldenacre.ca. The comments and opinions expressed by the Helpful Gardeners on this show are our own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Golden Acre Home and Garden. For more information on everything we covered today and to leave us a voice note, visit goldenacre.ca/podcast. The Helpful Gardeners are on Instagram at The Helpful Gardeners Pod. Keep on growing, gardeners!